I thought I would show you what I do to set up. Actually, this is pretty recent when I started here. To set up for itch.io. This can actually take a lot of time if you do some decent things with your game page for this particular jam. So, since this is only a 48-hour jam, it's important to spend every moment that you can developing your game and not messing with your page, with your itch.io page. And so, with that being said, um, this is my area here, Beefster. So these are some of the things that I've done. So what you do is you go to your itch.io page, make sure and you go to the dashboard, which is where I'm at now, and you go to the bottom, and it says create new project. And so and we own a title, and that is seen um, fairly quickly. So this I'm going to call this Kenney Game Jam 2025. I have another one. Yeah. The deal is that this echoes here, so you know what? Let's do this. I've never actually looked at this before, so let's do this again. There we go. Kenney Game Jam 2025. So we have that. Description tagline. I've never actually put anything in there, and I didn't do it for my other one as well. When you're uploading games, a piece of software you can play. That's pretty much a good description. Download. You only have files to be downloaded. That's true. Project is complete, but may receive some updates. See, project is in active development or in early access. There we go. I don't ever do anything with this. Let's see. We picked suggested donation. Well, I mean, I don't have anything set up here to actually send money. I haven't done that yet. So, upload files. This is the actual game. So I have a zip file that I upload. And when I get one, I'll do that. So now this part here, I'm not sure how you do this with if you have a web game. If you work with something like Unity or Unreal or Godot, and you export that as a web ASM or WebGL, whatever it is. If you export as that, how you do that? I don't do that. Mine is just a straight zip file that you download and unzip and play. So this part here, this is an important part. Genre, no genre, and I usually put in here what ties with the theme. So we're going to keep this as no genre for right now. Tips for choosing. These are tags, so that also goes with the tags that go in here. That will also be for. Hold on, I'm checking my other sites here. Tags. Avoid using generator point for above keywords. So tags. I don't put anything in there. No Ludum Dare tag. AI generation disclosure. Please disclose this. I guarantee you, this project contains output of generative AI. Actually, because we have the graphics from Kenney. No. The generative AI. No. The other one I had to put it. I should say I had to. I don't mind putting that in. I have no problem with AI. Game refers to your project, so a special noun for your project. let's see. Create a noun. Yeah. So in here, I put you'll put whatever kind of game it is, and that once again is tied to the theme. Build a community for your project. Comments as a default. Now this says draft here, and I'm going to leave this as draft for now, but this is very important because I did this more than once, and there are many people and many jams that I've been in, is that when the jam is released, they'll come to the Discord channel, or they'll come to the main page like in Ludum Dare, and they'll post something to say, listen, people are saying they can't see my software, they can't download my software. Why isn't my software blah 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 blah? And it's because if you're in draft or restricted, see, it defaults to draft, and I get that, I do. It defaults to draft, but you need to make it public if you want people to download it and be able to play it. So just remember, if you don't hear anything else from this little video, make sure to change this from draft to public when you're ready to present your game, when you're ready, have it to be voted on and whatever else. And right now I'm not ready to do that. So add screenshots, that's pretty straightforward. It'll go to you click on this and it'll give you a way to upload screenshots. And what I do is I prepare 2 or 3. I actually go into gameplay and will take a snapshot, and Microsoft makes that real easy. You just hit print screen, and it'll freeze whatever you're doing, and then you can just take a full cut of the screen. This part right here, this is a link. If you make now you can use OBS Studio, which is what I use, to make a gameplay of your video, and that's what I do. I'll put a link in here to a YouTube link to some gameplay or whatever else I'm trying to do, and you can put that right in there. And then people, sometimes what you do is also you can do the rules and things like that, because a big part of your game is that people know how to play it. You have to make that clear. This is how you play my game. So that is pretty much it. So you want to save and view page. Now this part here, this allows for open HTML. And when I say open HTML, well, as far as I know, I'm going to bring up my other page, actually. Here, I'll get this code. Okay. So, and then you can just paste. Forgot about it does this. Let me see something here real quick. I have my other page up. The one that I thought was fairly decent. Here. It's a hard editor to work in, so what I do is I'll take it and I'll work in Notepad++. And, okay, see this here? I wish I didn't do that. It has a line feed in between there, and I wish it wouldn't do that. Yeah. And that can cause problems. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you my other page. Let me get this out of here. Yeah, see, this editor is not good. I don't know why it's, oh, I wish I just had like a copy text key. But, let me get this out of here. Okay. This is great. This will make up content for your game page. That's exactly what it does. It makes it so that your, let's do this. There. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you my other game page. This is for a game I did for, I can't remember what I did it for. Nanoside for Game Dev TV. Yeah, that was good. You can see I have a cover image there. I have some images there where you can add the screenshots. But this is what it looks like, okay? Now when you go to the actual game page, view page, this is what it looks like. All of this here, all of this right here, it all comes from that little pocket, that little HTML editor right there. There's your game shots right there. So what I did with this one was, if you take a look at this right here, edit theme, you can change the background color here, background 2, your text color, the link color. I use this font, Oswald font, very large, but all this coloring here and all this stuff, that actually comes within the HTML. And listen, if you don't know HTML, it's no big deal. HTML is just a scripting language. And to tell you the truth, tell ChatGPT what you want to do. Say, I want to add a border around it. I want to have, and then give it the text. And say, I have this text here, because that's what I did. I said, this is the text that I want in here. I want this to be a link, this to be a link, and just tell it what you want. Tell ChatGPT what you want to do, and it'll do it. And then it'll give you the code for it. And basically, I went in and fixed a lot of it, because some of it didn't come out. You know, it's not going to come out pristine where you don't have to go in and work on it. You're going to have to work on it. The banner, which is this right here, and I made a banner, and that's right, ends up right there. This is the background, and the background is just the game. I took actually what I did was, you can see it right here, parts of it right here. I took the game, and I just made a big giant 1920 by 1080 ping file. And I just uploaded that. Repeat, yeah, you can do that. So, but you can spend, and I did, I spent like 3-4 hours messing with this graphic here, getting the good screenshots. And when you click on the screenshots, you can see the game. The game was actually fun. That's ludicrous mode. There's, I think there's 200, I can't remember how many I threw up there. But this is SDL3, and I didn't, if you were to take a look at the frame per second, it was still 80 frames per second. And this is fast. And what it does is this thing just blasts them. It's kind of fun. Anyway. This game was the highest I've ever, I was like 225th out of, I don't know, how many were in here, 3,000, something like that, I can't remember. But anyway, so, this is very superficial. The main thing I want you to gather or to get from this is this part right here, this piece right here. This actually made the whole page. All this stuff here you can get, but the coloring and the backgrounds and the banner and all that stuff, you should be working on that now and getting yourself ready. Decide what you're going to do. If you don't get something specific, but make placeholders, so you can get your graphics size correct. So you can get in it. You're going to want credits. You're going to want to say what the framework was, and you definitely want credits. Some of these guys, this guy right here, what the heck's his name? I forget. Oh, come on, there you go. Some of these websites are not very big, but oh man, I hope they didn't break the link. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, soundimage.org, and this was the music from there. See, there's all kinds of cool stuff in. Wow, that's cool. That's a good one. What's this one? Oh, it's the same one. Nighttime Escape. Ooh, that's nice, huh? Ooh, yeah. I think this was Endless Cyber Runner. This is the one I used, I think. Yeah, it is. So what you have is you have the spaceship on the bottom shooting stuff. So yeah, it's good. And just give them credit, man, and point them to if you can have if there's a place that you can point them to for if they have their own website, do that too. Explosion.wave, IDK, I don't know, Mr. Garcia. I use paint.net. I love that piece of software. It's easy to use and it does a lot of work. So yeah, these are the rules. So, like I said, out of all this, worry about this, but you should have something set up already. Remember, let's go back to the edit game. Don't click this part right here until you're done. Or not this part, the public. Leave it on draft until you're ready, and then click on public. In public, you shouldn't even use public until the day of release. So after 48 hours, or however it is, I don't, depends on how complicated your game is. My suggestion is don't make it really complicated. This is 48 hours. Just getting graphics on the screen is going to be a pain, and just getting something up and running and working. That's why it's important to have a template, and it's important to have this set up before you get, or at least something set up in here. I mean, you can make like little boxes here. Like you have this box here, then you have a credits box. Don't put anything, you just put credits box. But credits would be, did you use Godot? Did you use Unreal? Music, where do you think you're going to get your music from? You can put that in here. If you're going to use ChatGPT, yeah, I would put that in there as well. Don't be ashamed of using that. It's a tool. That's all it is. So like your engine is a tool. Just like paint.net is a tool. They're all tools. Development framework. I did all the SDL stuff in Visual Studio. Programming language. I think I have a link here to... Do I have a link to the Kernium and Ritchie book, maybe? I mean, I don't know. Maybe. And then the actual rules here, so... Do something, though. Get it up and running so that when you go in, all you got to do is work with your game and do some captures, make a video, make a main screen, that kind of stuff. So you don't have to fiddle around with that you can use, because it's only 48 hours. And you're not going to program all of that. I don't. I program 10 hours a day, usually. 2 days, 10 hours. If I can't get something up in 20 hours, then I'm not going to get something up. So anyway, that's it. This was just more of a... This wasn't a tutorial in as much as it was a poke in the ribs to go to your itch.io page and get something up so it's easy to edit and work on your HTML for this. Anyway, good luck to you all. I hope you win. I hope you write the best game in the world, and I hope you win, and I hope that game becomes some giant phenomenon and you make $1 bazillion. Anyway, God bless you all. See you in the theater. The gaming theater.